Hello, 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 ladies and gents. Welcome along Monday night live stream as we usually do. And tonight we have the 6th round of the European Le Mans series here in Le Mans Ultimate. We are currently just loading into the game. I apologise for the slightly delayed start there. I hope you're all good. Hope you're all feeling well. You had a good weekend, good week last week, and are ready for tonight's bit of action. I apologise that I didn't stream last Thursday. I finishing up with some important work stuff, and basically used the evening to help get last minute bits in, which is why I didn't end up streaming. But tonight we are back at it, as we have the time, and hope that we can get ourselves a good race here, racing at Le Mans. We've got 3 splits in total. We are in split 1. There is a lot of people, 30 LMP2s, and then 32 GT3s. So this should be a very competitive field. Probably the usual split 1 and split 2 are mixed in into this race, so that'll be interesting. But we're going to try and do our best to survive, stay away from the chaos, and make sure that we actually make it to the end of this race, much like we did last week. I had a pretty good race last week, so we're hoping to continue the run of good form that we're having, and continue to build up the points. Anyway, giving up on the World Endurance Championship because we've missed 3 rounds now on that series. So whilst we'll continue to do it, we won't be streaming Le Mans Ultimate this Thursday. No. Instead, we should be doing some Assetto Corsa Rally, as that'll be releasing Thursday afternoon. So we'll be covering that. Talking about it, driving the various stages and all that good thing, which should be a lot of fun. Just quickly doing the usual round of video messages and all that stuff going out to places. There we go. Right. We've got just over a minute and a half before we roll into qualifying session. I know there's Jardier is in this race. Again, Transport du Var, Thomas Moran. So, should be good fun. Could be good fun. To say a lot of people to compete against, so I'm hoping that we manage to qualify well and get ourselves in a good position. We are number 18. There's going to be a whole bunch of people who are going to be higher ranked than ourselves. So hopefully we can get ourselves a top 5. If not, podium. Podium would be great. Hello, Nicholas. How's it going, mate? Hope you're doing well. Right. As we are nearing the start of the qualifying session, we'll go ahead and bring this up. 20 litres, so we're set and ready for the beginning of the session. As we can, well, actually, no, you can't see. I mean, you can probably see by the temperatures here, 35 degrees is the ambient temperature, but 54 degrees track temperature at the moment. Very, very hot. So, it should be a tough one on tyres, which we only have mediums. Hopefully, the custom liveries will work for us. Right, here we go. Ticking over into the practice session now. We shall go ahead and get ourselves out onto track to make sure that we have ourselves enough time to actually get all laps in. That's one. Whoop. Excuse me. Right. I'm doing all good, thanks. Still got a little bit of a cough, as you can tell. But I should sound a lot clearer and less nasally in comparison to before. It's generally feeling a lot better than I have the last couple of weeks, which is nice. Here we go, heading out onto the track. Maybe I got to take it easy through all the corners because I want to try and keep my tyres in the best condition that I possibly can. So we're going to be needing those for the race. Excuse me. So yeah, this will be an interesting race because the length being an hour and a half, we can't do the race on a single stop. Not without some serious heavy fuel saving. Like, I'm talking about 3 laps in the first stint and then 2 laps in the second stint in terms of fuel saved, which is just going to be way too slow. So it's going to be very interesting to see what sort of strategies people do employ, whether they go for a little bit of fuel saving or whether they will push completely flat out throughout the race. That we shall obviously ultimately end up seeing as things unfold. I have a bit of a strategy in my mind as to what I want to do. But I think it all depends on where we start, how the opening laps unfold is going to determine how we approach this race in terms of its strategy. The good thing is, obviously, with the high-speed nature of this circuit and these straights, it does generate heat in the tyres without having to do any weaving or moving around or just in general pushing the tyres, so that is nice. Definitely a place where you can really take quite a bit of life out of the tyres, so we'll take it easy through here. Try and keep that steering angle nice and minimal. And then we'll give ourselves the best run that we possibly can onto start-finish straight for the beginning of our lap. Someone's already spun off there. Right, here we go. 2 flying laps now. First lap is going to be a bit of a banker lap. Playing it very safe there through Tetra Rouge. Again, we're trying to look after the tyres. bit deep there. Definitely going to be time to be found in that that first sector. Or first chicane, sorry, not first sector. You're betting on gamble. Not sure if I've seen anyone in this lobby being called Gamble. There could very well be. Not that I can see at the moment. Alright, I'll stop the music so we can focus. Did a bit of oversteer that. It's one of the things I haven't quite got the setup fully 100% dialed into how I want it. I mean, it's good. There's still a couple of places where it's just a little bit nervous. Right, need to line up a good run off the exit here. That's not bad. Oh, Jardio a 10th at the moment. Could have been neater and tidier there. But we know from the bank lap there is plenty of places where we can gain time, such as there. Another spot. Gains aren't quite as big as I'm hoping though. Not at the moment, at least. That's better. Excuse me. Lost about a 10th there. Which isn't ideal, but still up. Come on. Could get P3. We're losing time. Hey, Luca. How's it going? Back in. Ah, terrible exit. Damn it. Ah, we could have had Jardier. We lost about 2-3 tenths there on the exit of that final chicane. We should have been ahead. We should have been up there. Possibly P4. P5, P4. But even still, that's pretty good where we are. I'm quite happy with that, so yeah. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Alright. I'm going to very quickly go to the loop. So be right back. And Luca, I'm doing good, thanks. Hope you're doing well as well. Alright, toilet break. Then we're ready to go. Alright, we're back. We dropped a couple of places. It's kind of half expecting that, so we shall see. Ah, Henrik Gamble, yes, okay. Now I see what you were getting at there, Ram.
Go to the grid for a race start.
Who knows? Maybe you can convert on a race win. But yeah, at the moment, he's starting P2. All right. I'm gonna do that. I think it should be all good to go for this one. This up. That one. There you go. That's kind of what I'm looking at. In terms of strategy, just making sure I had the right thing set up, ready to go. It's all good. Groovy. No, that's not what I wanted. Full tank of fuel. All set and ready. Right, let's head on to the track. Jardio alongside us. Indeed, as you can see from our tyres, we're going to be starting on the used set tyres. Well, the tyres that I qualified on. Per se.
Formation lap has started.
Alright, let's get going. Hopefully we can have ourselves a good one here. Want a nice good clean start. Try and get ourselves a good result. Jardio should be starting in front of me, but at the moment he's just behind. Right, ladies and gents, where do you reckon we'll come? What are your predictions for this race? Thank you very much for the well wishes, ladies and gents. Appreciate those. Next, reckon a P5. We shall see. We shall see on that. Be an interesting one nonetheless. Alright, there we go. There's the music stop. Here we are. Getting ready. Jardio is just in front of us. They're near enough alongside.
Green flag, green flag.
We're off underway racing. DD is alongside. Oh, 3 wide. Oh my god, shards. I tried to hold it as tight as I possibly could. Damn it, he's got a slipstream here. That's fine, we'll slow him behind. So it's very early days in the race, don't need a rush. Trying to get positions just yet. So we'll just try and settle in. Guy here is doing a little bit of lifting and coasting. Alright, let's try and close back up on the backup in front. There we go. Hey Chris, how's it going? Oh, Jardier's a bit wide there. Track limit, but we'll take that. Only 0.25. That's fine. As mentioned, we need to try and stay with these guys as best we can. Especially there's a couple of fast guys behind as well. It's kind of a 10-car train at the moment. Excuse me. We'll just settle in here behind Jardier. Use him. See, he has a little bit of a wiggle. Starts dropping a little bit too far off the back of the cars in front. Rear end complaining a little bit there. It's one of the things I do need to be careful of. The rear isn't quite as soft as I would like it to be, mainly because need to keep it off the ground on the straights for the straight line speed. I am indeed having a good race so far. Excuse me. running through all sorts of various different possibilities in my mind at the moment. Do we go past Jardier and go full push, try and close up on the two cars up in front for P4/5? Or do we continue to sit behind Jardier like we are and just fuel save? Which is obviously going to help our race in the longer term. Because we're going to be a few laps away from traffic. So they're not going to be a factor for a while. Hey Chris, how's it going? Hey Peter, thanks mate. Those behind catching you or keeping stationary. If they're closed, may push on. Andrew, at the moment, Morant is catching, or will be catching. He's a very fast driver. Ooh. Both myself and Jar's a little bit deep there. So he'll close onto the back of us. He seems pretty quick as well. So it's tricky. Well, in last place, fuel saving gave you a position. Yeah. And Le Mans is one of those circuits where fuel saving at least a lap is kind of worth it. Can. Yellow flags behind. So obviously I want to try and stick with Jardier here and use him, but at the moment Jardier's falling away from P5 up in front because Jardier himself is fuel saving. It's more of a question of whether P4 and 5 themselves are fuel saving as well, or whether they're full push. Excuse me. Do apologise. Or mistake there by yards. Morant sticking with us. These things are starting to spread out a little bit more. Keep getting a little bit hopeful with those yellow flags, thinking that it's a car in front, it's not, it's always a car behind. And it was Pia who's disappeared. It was previously in P9. Hey Sunset. Hey High Grade. How you both doing? Hope you're doing well. A little deep there on the exit. Doing pretty good, thanks. Oh, spin up. Oh, that's a freebie. Now we're up into P6. Like that. Oh, damn, I forgot to get a clip of the race start. Never mind. Right, I reckon in about 2 laps time we'll be in the GT3 traffic. We're starting to get onto the back of at least. Not close enough. Oh, understood. Just like full on. Knew that I was going to make the exit of that corner, so let's just hop the curb. Yeah, a lot of on throttle understeer that. And again. Yeah, we're definitely using the fronts more than the rears. sure that's a bit deep. I might be struggling with tyres as well. That's a bit messy. Should probably start using first gear for that. Yeah, so seems to be in and around here. At this point in the stint, we're starting to get some on-throttle understeer. So we need to be mindful of that in the second stint. Tell you what, the pace of the race hasn't been as quick as I was expecting it to be. Might actually only be 4 laps that we need to save, which is more doable. Especially as we are now starting to get into the traffic. So at the end of this lap we'll be catching that tail end straggling GT3. And then on the next lap, that's when we'll be fully in amongst them. Not too much of that inside curb. Oh god. Way too much curb there. Got away with that without picking up any track limits. Somehow. Oh, don't do that. Thank you. Alright, Giles has managed to break away a little bit there, but things may come back to us again later, although I reckon we're going to get these two GT3s in the chicane, which is not going to be good. Indeed we are. So we'll give ourselves plenty of room, although BMW rejoining. To hesitate there even more than I would have wanted to. Alright, let's try and close back up again. Prioritising fuel saving here over position. So there's no point in going side by side at this stage and the race has still got over an hour to go. Doesn't make sense to be getting into a pretty hot and heavily contested fight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just about managed to squeeze into a gap there. Indeed, chicken nugget. Insane is exactly the word I was thinking that. On that to perfection. Bring us right back in the slipstream again. accidentally pulled one too many gears there. My fingers did move twice. Flashing them both just to make sure that they were aware that I was coming. Didn't want the car ahead to start moving around and going defensive. I was coming up to pass. It would not have been good for us. That's a bit risky. Okay. That guy going into the pits kind of caught me off guard a little bit there. Track limits. One more run. Alright, let's see if he's got a pace to start closing in on Jardier. Caught up there a little bit in the dirt here. Alright, this is where we're going to start to see who has what in terms of fuel. No one dive into the pits as of yet. No. Not what I needed. Just picked up the throttle a little bit too aggressively. I think I realised that the car had switched to the safety car map. That's a little bit frustrating. Hasn't done too much damage to the tyres, thankfully, so we're okay on that front. It's just obviously cost us a whole heap of time. We're now 11 seconds behind where we were. Yeah, tyres are getting hot. I think that's what it is. Still, long way to go. 52 minutes. At least we didn't suffer any damage from it. Yeah, Chris, it's one of those things. I just picked up the throttle a little bit too aggressively. I felt it kind of go like pretty much straight away. I thought it was going to correct itself. Kind of slide back in line, but it didn't. One of the conditions with, or one of the things with the conditions that we're in, track temp is 47 degrees C. So everything's running quite hot anyway. I even had to open up the radiator on the oil just a little bit because I knew from testing earlier that even after a couple of laps, oil temp was already up at 115, and it would have no doubt climbed up to 125, 130, which is, well, 130 is right on the limit where the engine starts overheating, so we opened it up just to make sure that we could do it. Right. We're pretty close on pit stops, but see. Well, pretty close on fuel, sorry. But we shall see. The interesting thing is Morant and Jardier both went in on that lap, so we should, in theory, gain time over them. We continue to save the way that we have been. The key thing is just making sure that we get to the end of this lap here. And obviously closing in on the guys in front is going to be important as well. Catching Heyman quite nicely. And we've taken a few attempts of Wologorski as well. We definitely did do some time there. Wologorski lost a whole load of time there. Ran off into the gravel. Right, so someone's done a 53-second pit stop, so they didn't change tyres. And short-fueled. Gamble behind us. Who I think was in the lead of the race. Well, that's good. We've caught right onto the back of these two cars in front here with a slightly more aggressive pit entry. So this should help us out quite nicely. But we should be able to park in our box all fine. Here we do. Alright, 63 seconds pit stop. Brand new fresh tyres, and we'll take these to the end. Well, that's a pretty good first stint apart from the spin. Happy with that. Would have been nice to have hung on to the back of Jardio through the traffic, but sometimes it just doesn't quite go your way. Right, other people in front of us not taking tyres. Interesting. So they've gone with fresh tyres all the way through to the end. One person's got to drive through. Lovely. Someone was speeding in the pit lane. Track's clear for us to merge into. I think there's still people who have yet to make their pit stop. There's a big screen freeze there. Oh, I only see one person who has yet to make a pit stop, so everyone else in front of us didn't change tyres. Morant did. And a couple of others might have done. Or a few others, shall I say. Looks like they've changed tyres as well. But there was a number of people who haven't. So we're going to have a tyre advantage over them, which would be nice considering we were struggling a little bit on our tyres once we got to the second half of the stint. So hopefully they will struggle, and that will help us out in terms of closing the distance and being able to make moves past. It's going to be another 2 to 3 laps that we're going to need. The annoying thing is, if we didn't have that spin, we would have jumped more around. Alright, P10. Build is a bit more spread out, even more than it was before. So Keller in front didn't change tyres, neither did Heyman. Or P6, they didn't change tyres either. And if they did, it was only one side. So if we keep gaining half a second to a second on pretty much every corner here, this would be good for us. Bring us right back in towards that top 5. So we're continuing that tyre advantage all the way through the race until they change tyres. that's a bit. .34, 35 for a few of the drivers who didn't change tyres, so that's a big advantage for us. Quite a considerable amount of time gained. You can keep that sort of pace going, that'd be great. Track temperature slowly creeping down. Oh, Campbell's into the pits again. Making his last stop. Fuel. Hey Doc, race is going alright, thanks. Started off well, had a silly little mistake in the first stint, which cost us about 10 seconds or so. But it's an interesting strategy race. Everyone's pitted once. Some of us have changed tyres, others haven't, and some of us are fuel saving, others aren't. So we're in an interesting spot at the moment, but we are gaining on P7 and 8 quite quickly, which is good. Now past the race leader, but they are and have just served their final pit stop. Oh, and then disappeared. They spin coming out the pit lane. Sector 1, or you know, the first chicane. Or have they disconnected? So they were only about 9 seconds behind. Where is this guy going? Putting himself at odd places. I know, but he's disappeared. He's no longer in the top 12. So he's either disconnected or he's spun and lost more than 3 places. But how are you doing, Dor? Moran's past Keller already. Thank you. Give me a very clear path through. Probably could have gone for it there, but never mind. Glad to hear you're good. Gym swim memberships, trying to be a good boy. Ah, I see. Yeah, unfortunately, where the clocks went back, all the races start an hour earlier. Yeah, I'll be practicing for tomorrow onwards as well. So we can hop on Discord. Figure out a setup for the Mustang. Got good pace over Keller here. There she is there, taking it super easy. Going into there. Kind of drive that I wanted. So if we can pass here, that would be great. They indeed let us go. Thank you. Appreciate that, Keller. He understands that we've got a quite substantial tyre advantage. So all three of us were going to fit there. Thank you. That went down nicely. He's going to step behind. Did flash him to let him know I was coming. No! Oh my god. What a mess that was. So obviously I slowed down. Still out was spinning, but the guy behind me didn't. That's really annoying, and now we've got quite a bit of vibration on the tyres. That was rather silly there, all on lap 18. John, thank you very much for subscribing. Much appreciated. Okay. That side it is. Nah, not in the worst state. It's good. Well, I would have followed the Lexus through on the outside, but I got hit on the rear, which is what spun me. Should have committed to that. I would have made it. That's really annoying because I feel like I could have perhaps caught Jardier as well. Not now. Not half a minute off. Settle down, Yorkie, settle down. Come on. P5's yours, pretty easy. We've got pace over Keller. Damage there on the front right. Where are we going to get this GT3? Right where I don't want to be. There we go, Keller letting us through. Thank you. So don't care about these track limits too much. We've got some to spare. Oh, I've got a pit as well, though, door. So, although he's only there 14 seconds up the road, I've still got a pit stop to make. Because I'm not going to be fuel saving 3 laps worth of fuel. So it's a fight between myself and Morant behind. Last time round, Morant pitted a lap earlier than I did. So depending on how much fuel saving they've done in this stint, we may end up being 2 laps going longer than them, which will be nice because that will be even a shorter fuel stop than theirs. Come on, Tyres, you can do it. Good thing is I can get away with not fighting Morant too hard. We'll see. Depends on the traffic. So that's the other thing to factor in. So I think if I pit now, I'll come in right in and around quite a large clump of people. So if I can extend a little bit more, we'll come out in quite a nice gap. Yeah, feeling pretty confident at this stage, Chris. Because Morant's going to have to take at least 1 lap more fuel than I am. So, advantage is in my favour at the moment. And I think Gamble might have disconnected, so that'll be a freebie from earlier as well. I think it's Moran's very good through the bush curves. Opportunistic, but fine. Gotta be careful in the dirty air here now. Charlie's in the pits. This is going to be Morant diving in. Yep. So another 2 laps. Not quite enough to go the extra lap. Bit of a shame there, it's tantalisingly close, as you can see, but we are going to have to pit going on to the final lap. With no way in hell we're going to be able to fuel save that extra lap. If I don't coast, I'm probably not going to be able to do the 2 extra laps, which I think will be worth doing. So they would have had to fuel for 2 to 3 laps, whereas I'm only fueling for 1, and I was right behind Moran. So I reckon I'd come out about 6 to 8 seconds ahead. So yeah, Jardier's pit stop time, including the time through the pits, was 48.5 seconds. And he would have had to put 2 more laps of fuel in than I will. Which will put us well ahead of Moran. So we'll just need that 1 lap of fuel. My only question is Keller and Wologorski going to be able to do the extra lap? Or are they going to be pitting on this lap like I will? Because they pitted on the same lap that I did. However, they have been quite considerably slower. Now, I put that down to a tyre advantage because I changed tyres in the pit stop, whereas they didn't. However, we were also lifting and coasting when we came to them, and they may have been playing that long strategic game of trying to go to the end without having to stop again. Big risk, but possible if they've been doing it throughout the entire stint. No, Chris, I'll be pitting here at the end of this lap. It is possible to do it, Door. It's quite powerful here at Le Mans as well. Oh, yeah. Sort of catching an inside curve and coming out wide there. We're going, Johnny, but we're having a pit. Oh. Nice and safe with the line. Right, so Kiss is going through. He's not pitting. Guardia will be going through. It's just whether Keller and Woligoski hitting or not. Woligoski is. Keller's not. Oh, no. It's not going to be a top 5. Damn it. Keller's played an absolute blinder here. Lifting and coasting like crazy. Right, now with this amount of fuel, we should be able to full push this final lap here. So if Keller runs into trouble towards the end of the lap, might be able to get that P5 back. That incident in lap 18 really killed us, as did the spin. Otherwise we would have been right there with yards, I think. Who is 3 tenths off the back of Kiss. 2 tenths. Jardio is going for P3. Go on, Jars, mate. Give him hell, go for it. He's done him. That might have been a last lap send going into Arnage. Don't see any tire marks. It's a turning point. Oh, what a race. P6 in the end. Damn. Another one of what could have been, but still, it was good fun. Oh, my wrist hurt after that. Still, that was good fun. Good fun. What did I change? A lot. Cool. Pardon me. Looks like a few people had some good races there. Right, let's go take a look at the results. Take a look at the replay. At least we gained some positions in that one. Right, I'm going to put to lose, so BRB, and then we'll do the replay. Indeed, oh, indeed, that is life. Right, replay is loading, which is good. Oh. Right. A few more seconds. Obviously, the replay's taking a little bit longer to load because of the. It's recorded the whole race. Well, thank you very much, Chris. That was good fun. I enjoyed driving that one. I was a little bit worried going into it that the car wasn't quite in the right sort of window in terms of setup. I'm playing around with things, trying to make the car a little bit softer on the rear, just so there was less oversteer coming off the exit of some of the corners. But in doing that, it brings the rear down a lot and can make it scrape on the floor quite easily at higher speeds. So let's take a look at this race start. Starting alongside Jardier. Literally alongside him. Marginally better reaction than he did as well. And 3 wide. I think Shards was forced into that by the guy. Yeah, the guy on the outside. Turned in, it was literally squeezed. Thankfully, I took all the curve that I possibly could there on the inside to facilitate it. Who is this guy? Duval. And yeah, it dropped quite a bit. Indeed, it was a Jardier sandwich. Then annoyingly, this guy managed to get a good run coming off the corner. Put his car there on the outside, which kind of prevents me from coming over and picking up any sort of slipstream. So that was them quite easily through. Yeah, I did try and come back at them. Slotted in nicely there. And then that was us onto the back of Jardier, and not really much happened until there was a spin on one of the laps. And then Duran got close. And then this is where Jardier started to pull away. I think I had a poor exit coming off the chicane here. That was it, missed it there. Got caught on that outside curb on the entry. And then Jardier was just fortunate with the traffic and was able to start pulling the gap. Yeah, because he cleared that Mercedes there, and that was him off. That was him off, gone. Right. Want that up. There it was. What actually happened here? Yeah, just too much throttle. Yeah, there. That slight blip up to 100% whilst also flicking the car right. Just sent it around. I was hoping it was going to gather itself back up, but we caught that inside curb and she's gone at that point. Right. Here we go, lap 18. This is the fun. Right in here. It's so funny seeing it that way around. So obviously, we weren't playing it safe with the traffic, which is fair enough. And then I was playing it safe with the traffic as well, but you know, spinning here. Yeah, and then the guy behind just don't think saw what was unfolding. As you can see, as I come through here, he's pretty close in the rearview mirror. I'm seeing what's going on. I start braking to give myself space and room, but hit from behind, and that's us ending up in this funny situation. It was very hard to tell the relative as to what was going on. That's really unfortunate for Morant there. I want to see the onboard of the car behind, because they likely didn't see. Not until the last moment. Yeah, they didn't really have any idea. Yeah, they were just accelerating as normal. Keller got unlucky. Yeah, sorry, Keller. Moving there. Hopefully they didn't pick up too much damage from that. But that was fun afterwards. And quite a good race. Yeah, Moran got through again. Yeah. On whose POV? Keller's. So we saw the last bit of Keller's. The other guys. I think I was probably blocking the way for him to be able to see what was going on there. Ooh, who needs to see? Not that far back. Jade's move on Kiss. I think it was a move into Arnage. Yeah, too far back for Undi. Good idea though, forcing them tight. Yeah, that's a good run. Just let him go. I reckon. He was probably on a fuel save. Just settle for fourth. Maybe. Yeah, he's having a fuel save. That'll be why. Oh, hey, Jensen. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Thanks very much for tuning in. You take care as well. We shall be back streaming Thursday. And we'll be starting earlier than usual. Because we'll be streaming from about 3-4 p.m. when Assetto Corsa Rally gets released. And we'll be streaming that pretty much all night. So we won't be doing the WEC race Thursday. Instead, we'll be doing some Assetto Corsa Rally. It should be good fun. It'll be cool to see you ladies and gents along for that. So make sure you tune in Thursday evening. A nice gain. We're expected to finish 9th. Only one driver with a lower ranking. Was that qualifying? Yes. And then beat everyone with lower ranking. Race contact with Jordo? Probably turn 1. And then Morant, yeah. 262. Could have been a little bit more. 2 more points would have been nice. But still. It was a good race. Enjoyed that one nonetheless. And a good fun stream. So thank you everyone for tuning in. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again on Thursday. Until then though, have fun, stay safe, take care.